Marriage for modems? No, oh wait, that's moderns. I can't read today. Oh, would you look at that? A Van Dyke is involved. What's a Glishanook? Is that from The Legend of Zelda?
Now, but although I am 3 years older than she is, I was just a lowly junior. I'd been out
lowly.
sick for a long time, and then I'd gone to junior college.
That's how I became a
This
lowly
real
junior.
campus seemed wonderful to me, and it was such fun being with Eve again.
Dancing
Naturally,
and playing
she
and
had to
walking
show me
down the
around
street.
and try to bring me up to date. I was amazed that she wasn't engaged by now.
You know, being
She was
20 and
prettier
all.
than ever. The number ones are good. Let's have 2 of those, please. Make my number 3.
Make mine a double.
If you don't mind.
And a short
I
beer.
don't see how you can eat so much so early in the morning. Are you on a diet by any chance? Of course I am, and you should be too. Every morning I exercise for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
You can start right in tomorrow.
You could almost break a sweat in 10
Get this
minutes.
straight right now. You starve and you exercise. I eat and I watch you exercise.
But it's really as necessary for you as for everybody else.
Oh, cut it out.
Yeah, I'll just stick to my 12-ounce curls.
I seem different now, and I ended up by deciding that she was still the same attractive Eve, full of life, but a little self-centered and a little apt to push people around.
But then again, I'm legally
I
blind.
liked her as much as ever, but I wasn't so easy to push anymore.
I have an ass
I
of
didn't feel
granite.
I needed her advice. Still, I didn't really resent it.
I hate
Maybe it was
her.
that course in family relations last spring.
Uh-oh.
I learned that it's a good idea to try to change yourself first if there has to be a change.
You know, we listened to that foreigner guy, Gandhi.
Changing somebody else is practically impossible. Yet I must admit I was curious to know all about Eve, and she was more than willing to talk.
Eve, do
Tell
you
me about
douche?
the boys you've met. You were saying something always happened.
Well, whenever I meet a boy, I start asking myself, is he right for me?
And would he
And
look
I
good
don't
in my
know, Mary,
basement?
I really don't know.
There was one you wrote about. His name was Alex, I think. Why did that fall through?
His name was...
Mary, I don't know. I can't for the
Well,
life
what
of me
do
figure
you
out what
know?
happened.
Take Alex, for instance.
Please!
I was down at Riley's one afternoon with the gang.
You know, the Southside Crips,
I'd heard of him, but I'd never met him. He was a football star.
who couldn't
I
stare
liked
people in
him,
the
and he
eye.
liked me right from the start. We found plenty to talk about, and neither one of us could figure out.
We really like to
how
talk
he'd
about
been on the
boys,
campus
though.
For 2 years without
kinda
ever
weird.
meeting before. He was lots of fun.
Yeah, you know, like stamp
We
collecting,
decided
that
to
kind of
spend the
fun.
afternoon together. It turned out that was just the first of a whole slew of afternoons.
That's early 50s talk
He
for a
was
hot,
really
passionate
sweet.
whoopee.
Oh, well, just nice to be with. I guess I was a little proud, too, that a varsity football player
Oh,
was
he's the class
paying
clown,
so
that
much
one. Look what he's
attention to
doing.
little me. Well, as I said, Eve went on,
Princess
we saw quite
Leia!
a bit of each other. But after a few months, his
Oh no, there's
popularity
Bambi's
was enormous.
dad!
We were never really alone, and he never stopped worrying about his appearance.
Always
His
taking
collar looked
selfies.
better
Never
buttoned
understood that
unbuttoned.
part.
Well, I could have been wearing a little number by Dior, and he wouldn't have noticed it.
By Dio?
But if there was a new girl in the
What does
place,
James
it
Dio
was
have to do with
all
fashion?
eyes and smiles. It
Well,
wouldn't
hey,
be
another
just
girl!
as
How you
long as he
doing?
had some simpering crack to make about how well he'd played on Saturday. I began to catch on that those forward passes could be used 2 ways.
Ooh, that's
And
clever.
finally, I had more than I could stand, and I told him exactly what I thought of him.
After I cracked a
Didn't take
ball
any
over his
nonsense
head.
or Compliments. Said I didn't appreciate the importance of his career. Career indeed.
Oh,
Whoever
please,
knew
you'll be the
what
next
was
Tim
a
Tebow.
career?
Goodbye.
And then there was Arthur.
King Arthur.
Awfully nice, but awfully different.
People confused him for a man,
The gang called him the Brain because he was such a whiz at math.
which made me
He was
Pinky.
always ready to help
I
a
kind of liked
friend.
it.
You're different.
I
from
love
other
chalk
girls.
drawings.
That's what you think.
You're smarter. You're almost like a man.
Well, there's the red flag to dump his ass.
I don't think of you that way at all.
I practically picture you with a penis.
I know. You think math is exciting, but you really ought to get yourself straightened out. You'd be surprised.
What are you talking about? Pie is sexy!
Math.
Now, really, you don't think there's anything wrong with me?
I kind of question
I
that.
gotta go now. We'll talk talk about it some other time.
I'm smart as a man. I'm smarter than a man.
But there
Fuck
never
you,
was
Ort.
another time, said Eve. I was just another problem to him.
I think he's creating Pac-Man.
And then there was Steve.
Professor
Steve
Utonium
was
in his
Steve's
younger
boyfriend
years.
for a whole spring term. He was cute,
You
she
mean
said,
a
and
whole 5
really
weeks?
romantic.
Wow, that's practically
He had
marriage
his
to
own
this girl.
workshop where he made boats and things. Eve used to come
Yeah,
by
he was
to pick
constantly
him up
talking
after
about
his
emulating
classes were
Jesus
over.
or something. It was kind of weird.
Come on, Steve, they're waiting for you.
Oh, I don't know, Eve. Why can't we just hang around here for a while today? You can help me paint and we can listen to some good music. It'll be fun.
Is that your idea?
Fun? I don't even like Mario Paint!
What's wrong with that, Steve?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, you'll have a good time. Hurry up and get on your
Just
tour.
if you're a social
He
butterfly in
never
a
wanted to
whack
leave that
job.
old carpenter's shop. I tried to get
Oh,
him out
well.
once in a while. Really,
I love
did.
wood. It doesn't talk back.
You know, Eve, you can't make a man over like you do a room.
Says you and watch me.
What Steve needs is not you, but somebody else.
He needs a dead person.
You know what? I bet
I'ma kill you.
Say, that's a terrific idea. Come on.
Make
we'll
it
go
all
over
look
there
like an
right
accident,
now.
too.
Right now?
Sure.
Whoa, 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 girl. Don't be
I thought
dropping
it
your
might be
trowel.
good to see some of these boys for myself. Besides, Steve sounded nice, and I thought I'd better.
But then
begin to make
again,
some friends
Eve
on
is
the
a
campus.
habitual liar.
Sure enough, we found him at the old stand, lost in
Playing with
thought
his
and a
wood.
pleasant job. It didn't take long to get the introductions over. Steve asked us in.
And of course, we said no.
It seemed like a nice place with a real atmosphere.
Yeah,
of
if you're
its own,
blind.
but evidently not one that Eve liked especially.
You know, because there's work and dust
Eve
and
is
stuff.
Like that, jumpy, full of energy. She never could sit still for long.
Today we would call that ADHD.
I'm different.
I like cherry
Like
wood.
Steve, I find it relaxing to keep away from groups sometimes and
help
work out my
boys play
troubles
with their
my
wood.
hands. Steve and I got along well together, though I could see he wondered how a friend of Eve's
He even
could be
gave me
like
his
me.
nice
He'd been
sandpaper.
thinking there was something wrong with him because he couldn't dance to Eve's fidgety tune. As a matter
But
of
who
fact,
in the hell could?
Steve was not the boy for me either.
God,
Even though I
woman.
liked him a
You're in
lot.
here 2 seconds, you already
It
got a
was too much
splinter.
like spending time with a twin brother. We're too much alike.
It would be practically incestuous.
I told all this to Eve the next day when we had a riding date.
And she laughed her
It was
full balls
Saturday and
off.
the classes were over at noon.
Class on Saturday? What
See
heresy.
what I mean, Mary? All these boys are nice in their own way. They all have something I like. But
You
it's
know,
only one
money,
side of
power,
their character.
huge steaming cock.
But the something Eve liked about a boy can't be separated from the rest of his personality.
But
I
Lorena
couldn't
Bobbitt
make her
gave it a hell of a
understand
shot.
that, but I did stick my neck out a little way.
I turned into a giraffe.
I think it would do you a lot of good to meet someone you can't push around.
You mean someone who pushes me around?
No, I don't.
No, just,
I mean,
you know, an
someone who
offensive
does love
lineman.
you.
That's
Afraid
just
of
like
me?
John. He thinks he's tough. I can't stand
Just
the
because he
sight
owns a
of
cat named
You're
Garfield.
sure about that, Eve?
Well, here's what happened last week. We drove out to the country together.
With
We
his
had
dog,
a
Odie.
wonderful time. I can't remember when I've had so much fun.
Of course, I've been in solitary
we
for the
just
last
clicked.
4 years.
Then, just as we were getting to know each other better, he says,
That outfit
Let's
makes you
go
look
home.
fat.
was I mad? Here I was thinking he really cared, and he does a thing
Hey, it's the
like
brawny
that.
guy.
But why did he do it?
Oh, well, you see, it wasn't his car.
He stole
promised
it.
his friend he'd be back with it before 6.
Now look, Eve, you can stay if you want to.
But this
I'm not
magical
going
thing on my
to
wrist
George
tells me
waiting.
it's time to go.
So George is more important to you than I am, is that it?
That's not the point.
He's got a nicer package
George
than
can
you
do
do.
without the car for once. If you really cared about me, you'd stay, George or no George.
If you love me, honey, you smile. Now listen, just because I sound like Jimmy Stewart and I have a high waistband doesn't mean anything.
You wouldn't want me to break a promise, would you?
I want
Why
you to
not?
break it over your
Well,
face.
I won't. I'm not going to let George down, even for you.
Ooh.
You'll start sprouting wings if you don't watch out.
What the hell does that mean?
Move over, boss.
She's not Boss Hog.
You're so
so inconsiderate.
Look who's talking. Why, someone ought to take you across his knee and give you a good spanking.
Well, don't
Make you
forget
more
the
human.
safety word is
Maybe you're the one
banana.
to do it.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
Not that I'm into that sort of thing. And next time, remember to bring the gimp.
He sounds like the best of all.
Are you serious?
Why?
You
Well,
know
he
you
just
were
sounds like
wrong.
the #1 candidate for
How
domestic
do you make that
violence.
out? Well, just think about it for a second. What were you asking him to do?
My
Prove that he
bidding.
liked me? What's wrong with that? That would never satisfy you.
Why not?
Oh, and you know how to
What you really
satisfy
wanted.
me? Yes, because I love you.
Well, what was it then?
You wanted him to do what you told him to do. That's what you always want, Eve.
You want power.
That's terrible.
I thought I'd gone too far.
And I
Now
probably
that she knew
had.
what she was doing, she could decide for herself if she wanted to change.
But fuck
That's
that.
always the hard thing to learn. That if any change is possible, it must be changing yourself. You have to take other people as they come. or
Dude,
else
I'm
you'll
not
be alone.
taking anybody as they come. That's just
I started
gross.
thinking about Eve's boys. They had
I
the same
think I'm
problem.
thinking. I mean, look at the shot.
Steve liked Eve, and he liked his hobby, too. But he couldn't have both.
Why play
It
with
would be
wood
easier to
or mess with
find
a
girl
wooden
who liked
person?
staying at home.
Decisions.
While Arthur probably needs some help in order to change.
Yeah, he needs some
Alex
feminism.
had already solved his problem. A girl who isn't always competing with him for first place.
You know,
She's
an
not
idol
as attractive
worshiper.
as Eve, but she thinks it's wonderful that he's so wonderful.
Oh God, she's
right for
destined for
him.
doom.
And John? Well,
He'll just become the
boy
next
meets
brawny
girl,
guy.
boy
No big
loses
deal
girl.
there.
Maybe boy knows what he wants and on what terms.
It's called
This girl
standards,
doesn't know
damn it.
yet, but she's doing her best to find out.
And failing miserably at it.
Every little experience, even the unpleasant ones, helps me know a little more about myself. And that's the first step.
And that's a very scary place to be.
There are some things about me that I can't change. And those are the things that some man will have to live with for the rest of
And
his
suddenly
life.
highway robbers show up.
So I'll pick him with those things in mind. I hope he'll do the same for me. We'll
Instead
have
of
to
just
stay
looking at my
friends for
luscious
a
racking
long,
ass.
long time.
So has this all been a metaphor for animal husbandry? I don't know. I need some help. Marriage education? There's a whole department?